today's gonna get pretty interesting. And today is gonna be root position part writing. Okay, this is not that crazy. Okay, that's what I remember. Okay, so you have to, alright. Because it talks about 3 and 4 part. Okay. I'll explain it, don't worry. Okay. What's the difference? Okay. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna start on explaining what 4 part is in just a second. Okay, so the 4 part is the standard SATB, which is soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. If it's referred to as 3 part, you're probably gonna miss one voice. So it's just gonna probably be the tenor. S-A-N. You don't have the tenor voice in the 3 part, so B is gonna be. Okay. That's to explain this part a little bit better. Okay. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and do a 6-1 review. So, 4 part writing. Alright, I'm going to do one example of this one, just so we can see it. Alright, so 4 parts. Alright, so, alright. Seeing one pair of voices would be, alright, so the double is root on the top. So, alright. So I see it doubles the root for the first part of it. So then again, I can do other things like, so putting, alright, and then a D. So, okay. So this and this is going to be a 5th. Well, this and this is going to be a 3rd. So there's no irregularity on this 2. But these 2 are going to be a 3rd. And these 2 are going to be a 4th apart. So this is nothing major. Alright. And I'm going to probably try to do one more. Okay, interesting. Okay, so this part, you can also double down in your lower voices here. And leave the upper voices like it is. That's still a common thing. I'm going to tell you that that's okay to still have this. So D and D, if you want, you can, okay, that's going to be real fun. So, alright, so D, C, no, okay, so I'm going to kind of do this and leave it the same, and this. Oh, let me check that irregularity here, what it is. D to A. D, C, E, N. That goes down to 4. That's, yeah, I'm counting down from D. D, C, B, A. That's a 4 right on its own. And A to D is a 5th. That's fine. Okay, that's technically what I'm going to do is that one. Root position, okay. So common tone and stepwise, okay. Stepwise is still good because you're writing in steps. You don't want to write in a leap. Alright, and definitely back. And I'm on root position with roots of 4th and 5th apart. Okay, so common tone and stepwise. Okay, I'm going to write, you want that common tone for some reason. Yes, this part over here, it is perfectly fine. Because you want to have contrary contour into your chords. Yes, you want this. And this is also okay too. Because you write similar motion in seconds and thirds. But try not to go much larger than a third. Like, you don't want to go into a 5th, because then you are going to create a parallel 5th going up or down. That's why it's really writing this. And I'm about ready to jump into it in just a second. Okay, tertian leap and okay, tertian refers to the third method, but it's not. It's like when you write it in tertian, you're writing it to where you're gonna probably have an error too, like. Or write multiple and fragments of why you don't do it. In the 3-part texture, I just really said SAB, that's 3 parts. Okay, I'm not gonna go too crazy and down with this. And so I'm just gonna go to the next part. So stepwise, you want it. You want stepwise to happen. Because you have to have the double root. That's one. Okay, I'm not gonna go too crazy, and this is gonna waste a lot of time. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you about the 7th. And I think I just said contrary motion, contrary to the bass. And the root is double in the first is usually the case. So the root has to always be doubled, the first part of it. Then it should move up by a step. So alright. Okay, so this one is gonna be alright, the whole paragraph here, a deceptive progression. And I'm gonna really get in on this now. So the deceptive progression is keeping this chord over here, 5 to a 6, or 5 to 6. It's known as deceptive progression. Because this will have its own little problems. trying to, because you want to have, you want to be able to resolve this, but sometimes it's going to be some very tricky situations on how to get that to resolve, because then you have to find a cadence in there that, not a chord that will go into it and lead it on to tonic, and that is the tricky one. Okay, so alright. Whoops. I just did that. What in the world, me? Just a sec. I'm gonna erase that before I kind of go. Alright. Okay, so sample 610. Now I'm gonna get that for 3-part texture. Okay. Not gonna waste too much time on that part. I'm just gonna leave it like this right now. Instrumental ranges and transpositions. Oh, nice and juicy. There we go. Okay, so transpositions. Okay, to sum it in my own words, what does it mean? What does transposition mean? I know I learned it briefly in this class for Theory 2, but I think my conducting classes kind of got into this further, and so did orchestration did. Transposition is playing something in another key. Like, we had to deal with a lot of things that instrument groups that transcribed itself. And I'm going to go into this right now a little bit as far as I can remember this part. So, okay, so we have C and try to get my writing tip on. C instruments. Okay. Okay, I'm going to explain what C instruments are. Okay, so C instruments would be the fact if you were to play, and I can think of a common instrument, common scale that a lot of us do play in an orchestra or school band, and the fact is, a lot of the common scales that a lot of us should know is B flat concert scale. So if the conductor says play B flat major scale, your C instruments, that is the exact pitch that they play. B flat. They don't change nothing. It is the ultimate pitch. So the guys that are going to fall into that family is going to be flutes. Flutes definitely. Okay. So I'm going to say possibly oboes. Oboes, I think, falls under there. I'm going to say trombones. And baritones. Baritones too. Baritones. Tuba. And I'm going to also say percussion too, because that falls under the concert pitch, under the band instruments. Like, aka your mallet. Your mallets fall into that role too. Okay, so in the same example, I would say if the conductor asked a clarinet or trumpet to play B flat, okay, and this is what's going to get a little on the transcribing list. So you got a B flat instrument. Okay. Alright, take your pen. Okay, instrument. And what if, alright, so what if they asked the trumpets, the clarinets, and any other transcribing instrument to play B flat? Their version of B flat is going to be concert C. And the reason why I'm saying this is that they go up by a whole step. So now the families that fall into that category is going to be clarinets and trumpets. And the trumpets follow here too. Okay. Alright. It's about to get kind of juicy from here. And I also think the barry sax was falling there too. I think. Baritone tenors. Okay, I think that falls under there. Okay, so it's about to get juicy. What if the band director asked for E flat instruments to play B flat major scale? Okay, so E flat. Okay, instruments. Okay, for the E flat instruments, from the concert pitch, can go two ways. It can go up by a major sixth or down minor third. So this part would have to be a concert. So then their starting note would have to be B flat C, D, E flat F, G. That's the 6. So their starting note would be a G, G major. So you have some instrumentations that follow you. Alto sax, and English horn to follow you, but and it could go on. So I'm going to end this next part with F instruments, F instruments. If I miss one, correct me. Okay, so F instruments technically go by a perfect fifth. So, or yeah, horn and F, I think that's a fifth. So if that was the case of B flat, the star note would have to read F, I think. But I'm going to double check that. So, French horn. I'm going to double check that roll because that's number 1. I hope I got this down. Okay. Alright. Okay, so that scale order. Okay, I think that is the the end of this one. See you later. And tomorrow I am now going to hit in chapter 7. I just ended 31's material, now I have just jumped into 32. And this will be the last one for the week tomorrow because it's Holy Week. And try to not do too much on Easter. And 2, I'll pick up next week starting on chapter 8 of 32. And I'm trying to finish 32 next week. Start on a little bit of 3 and then come now going for Houston for about 2 days. Maybe 3. And pick back up in the following week for that one. That's going to be fun.